Hi everybody, it's Diana with stampingwithdie.com. Welcome to my YouTube channel and this week's Teach Me Tuesdays, episode 192. And I'm going to be doing my goodies and guts for the month of October. And this way you have a video that you can refer back to if you earn these guts in the mail. And this is always a fun thing for me to do each month. It's basically like a free class kind of, because if you order 75, and my Jeff just came in the room, so now he like threw me all off what I was saying. Okay. All right, so basically what it is if you order 75 before tax and shipping in the month from my store, then you can pick goodies or guts. Goodies are something out of the catalog, right? Embellishments, ribbon, things like that. Or you can pick the guts, which is kind of a gross word, but that's what I have called them forever. And it's the supplies that you need to make 3 projects. Now, nothing is stamped on your project, so you'll have to have something at home that will work for that. Or you can, if you go, oh, I want to make that exactly, you can order that, those things that you need from my store. So if you are new to my channel, welcome. If you've been here before, welcome back. My name is Diana, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I'm in Santan Valley, Arizona. So I want to welcome you to my channel. If you would do me a favor, please subscribe and click the little dinger bell that says all, and then that way YouTube will let you know when I upload a video, go live, or any of that good stuff. So I'm going to stop blabbing, and so I can turn my camera so we can get started, because I will be doing 3 projects today. All right, so close your eyes for a minute. Okay, that looks pretty good. All right, so let me go over a few things in case you are new to my channel. All right, so when you place an order, there's a couple things you can get. So I have my Country Dozen Rewards. Now, this is for a single order, and if you order $50 before tax and shipping, you earn a sunflower. So you put the order number there and the date, and then once you get a dozen sunflowers, you can get $35 in free merchandise from me. So this is basically the little chart to keep track of everything. When you place an order, I always email you the chart, and it's also on my blog, so you can grab it there as well. So this is for one individual order for every 50 before tax and shipping, you are earning a sunflower. Now keep in mind, these expire after a year. So if you place an order, October the 3rd, 2023, October the 3rd, or actually October the 4th, 2024, this one would no longer be any good. So just keep that in mind. All right, let's go to the next thing I want to talk about. The next thing I want to talk about is the hostess code. Now the hostess code, I have a new one each month, and this is if you are ordering less than 150 before tax and shipping. And I know this is a lot of stuff to go over, but I usually try to do it at the beginning of each month. If you use this code, when I close this code at the end of the month, I use all of that hostess benefits to get the goodies and the guts for you, so that all I have to pay for is the postage to get that to you. So that's why I have a hostess code. Now, if you are ordering over 150 before tax and shipping, you would be getting, 3 sunflowers, and you would earn both the goodies and the guts. So lots going on. If you have any questions at all, make sure you reach out. All right, now there's another thing going on, and that starts October the 3rd, and you can join my team, and it's an awesome deal. It's the 35th anniversary. I talked about it the other day. So you can either get 35% off the starter kit, so for only $64.35 plus tax, you can get $125 in product. So that is an amazing deal. Or you can pick 35% more. I love that they give you option. And what that means is you can pick $168.75 in products for only $99 in tax. So it's just however you decide to do it. Free shipping because Stampin' Up! Pays the shipping. So it's a great time. All right, so anything that you have a question about that I went over, just make sure you holler at me. All right, so let me show you the goodies and the guts for October. Now, if you place $75 before tax and shipping, like I talked about before, in my store, you can pick the goodies or the guts. So the goodies this month are the Abundant Beauty Decorative Masks. You can pick those, or you can pick the guts. Now this is the supplies you'll need to make your projects, and that will come to you. Now these things come from me, so you don't pick them with your order. This is something that I'm doing. This isn't something that Stampin' Up! Offers. This is just a little thank you for shopping for me kind of thing. If you order 150 before tax and shipping in the month, that could be several different orders. You know, as long as it comes to 150, you can pick both. So so keep that in mind. All right, so that is that. So let's get to the project. So you have your little, all your stuff in your little baggie here. You have your ribbons and your embellishments you need. You have your hoop, because I'm going to do a little hoop decor. And then this is your little, just a little enjoy. This will have the video that I'm doing right now. It will have the link here. I don't know what that link is till I upload the video and YouTube makes it. So that's just kind of blank right now, but I want to just kind of give you an idea of what you'll see. All right, so let's get to the first project, and it is this one. All right, so the first project is this right here. I could not resist. It's that time of year. I like to do calendars from, you know, now on to the end of the year, and sometimes I even like will make some the beginning of January as well. So this is the little project you're going to make. So let's get to it. So I'm using the masks. So these are the masks that you can earn in the month. So let's get our little pieces here. So this is our little calendar, and I just have it in the envelope to keep everything together, but they are mailable. So if you decide that, oh my gosh, I'm going to make more of those, you know that you can you know, make more of them and mail them. So these are the supplies that you need. So let's put this together just to get that going. So you're just going to fold on the scores. Now everything will be scored, all ready for you to go. So we're just folding that along there. Now you, like I said, you'll have to use your own adhesive, your own inks, stamp sets, all that kind of good stuff. But you get their card stock, your DSP, your your ribbon and embellishments. All right, so I'm just going to put a little bit of green tip glue on here. Now you have seen me do these calendars many times, and they're so easy. Now this time I'm making one that is it's a what is this, horizontal, vertical? I had to close the door. All right, so you've seen me make these several times, but like I said, this one is going to stand up straight instead of be, for the life of me, I'm like vertical, horizontal, vertical. It's just, horizontal is, yes, okay, so this is vertical. Oh, Diana. All right, so this is a vertical one, so it's going to stand up straight. All right, so I'm just going to set that aside. All right, so now we have this piece here. So I'm going to use a grid sheet. And I'm going to put some tape along the bottom just to hold this in place, because the DSP is going to go down here, so it doesn't really matter so much what's down here. I just want it to hold that in place. All right. I'm also only going to use the 1, 2, and 3 of the sunflower. I'm not going to use that that number 4. So this is very similar to the card I did last week where I was just playing, right? Like at the end I was like, well, I'm just going to play a little bit. And so this is, and then I thought, you know what, I'm going to actually do something with it. And that's what I decided to do. All right, so we are going to, so I do crushed curry for the flour. We're also using copper clay and parakeet party. I have my blending brushes at the ready. All right, so let's see here. I want this here, and I want to make sure I have my 1. So this says 1. So I just make sure that it's the top, and you can read the number 1 up there. If you turn it over here, you can't see the 1, so you just want to make sure. All right, so I'm going to go like this, and it really doesn't matter how you do it. I just want to, you know, kind of turn it so that I have my sunflowers on there. And I'm just going to use some more tear tape. Whoops, hang on a minute. I'm covering my flower. Don't cover the flower. All right, there we go. And over here. And this is just going to hold it from wiggling too much. All right. So let's get our crushed curry. And then we're just going to simply blend that right through the mask. And I want it to have a little dark in the center. So then I'll just kind of go right like that, and like that. And what that's going to do, it's just going to intensify that color right there in the center. All right, so I'm going to peel this off because I want to keep going. Even though I have, I'm going to put DSP down here, I still want to have some more flowers down here. So we're just going to, we can see through the dye, which I love so much. And I think that looks good. All right. Now, it doesn't matter that this tape's here. It's going to block the mask, but like I said, I have DSP that's going to go down there, so I'm not going to worry too much. But if you weren't, just kind of be aware of where your dye is. Okay. Alrighty. And we'll peel that off. Look how beautiful. Okay, and then I just wash that underneath the faucet. All right, let's do this one. So again, make sure that now this is 3. It doesn't matter so much which you're doing first in regards to the centers. Okay, so let's close this. You can do 2 or the 3. 2 is the leaves, and I just put them wherever I want them to be, so I don't worry so much about the 2 thing. All right, so let's do our copper clay. And so I just move these till they are in the right spot, and then they go over a little bit, like they cover some of the flowers. That kind of helps you get them in place. So then again, I'm going to tape this down just to be on the safe side. And you can use the tape over and over, right? So I could do a whole bunch of these and just keep, you know, keep doing the tape. All right, so let's do our copper clay. Now, copper clay is pretty dark because it's a new pad, so I get off quite a bit off of the brush before I get going. Okay, and then I come over and I pick up a little bit of that, and I want to make it be really, really dark on the one side, like the light is over here and there's a shadow coming on that one side. So I'm just really pulling that color off of there. And what you can do is you can pull it right off of this plastic. If you put a lot on the plastic, just be careful when you're picking it up, because it gets on your fingers and then you can make a mess. So just be aware of it. That's why you want to just grab it from the edge. All right, so look how beautiful. All right, so now I want to go like this and put my tape down. All right, so I'm going to do the same thing. Now this has probably got enough on there to do that first little coat. Okay, and then I'll get some more, and then I'm going to put that dark. Now just be aware, don't go too super crazy with it, and get a line here. So you just kind of want to watch where your edges are on the mask. And that looks pretty good. I just love how it just makes that flower just pop. Look how gorgeous. All right. So there we have that. Now we can do our leaves. So I'm just closing these pads up. And we can do our leaves now. Now you could leave it without the leaves, right? You could go, oh, I don't want leaves, and that's totally fine. But I'm going to put some leaves. All right, so I'm going to grab the big leaf, and I'm just moving it around like that. I'm just going to hold it. I'm not going to tape this one, because I'm just basically going to put it on there, and I'm doing the same thing. I'm like putting a lot of dark right there at the tip, and we're just going to put our leaves in. So let's see, I'm going to put one here, but again, watch where your fingers are. Watch when you're doing the blending, if it's too close to the edge of your mask. You don't want to get a line. Look how pretty that color is. All right, so I'm just going to spin my paper. And I'm going to put this one here. Again, I'm watching where I'm laying my fingers. So put a leaf there, and let's put a leaf here. All right, now before I go any further, I'm going to take, let me get those brushes out of here. I'm going to take these two, and I'm just going to lay them down here. And then this is just going to help me like decide if I want to put any more leaves or anything about what's peeking out, right? So I can see that I'm going to put a little leaf over here, just so that I have a little bit of green up in this corner here. It doesn't have to be a full leaf. It's just a partial leaf, but you know, you'll know that it's a leaf. Let's see, and I don't think I want to do any more. All right. Now, just like the other day, I am going to splatter because I love how it turns out. So I'm going to take my little splatter guard. This is simply a piece of, I'll turn it this way since that's can go over that a little bit. This is simply a piece of designer series paper, not designer series paper. It's a piece of thick basic white cardstock, and I've just folded it in half, and it's just going to catch all the excess splatter. All right, so I'm going to take my basic black dark Stampin' blends, and I want the brush side, and I'm going to flick it in the lid. And this is a little hard on the marker. don't really gouge it in there, you know, just gently flick it, but it is a little hard on the tip. So usually I don't use the tip to color, so I don't worry so much that it does do that. But look how cute it is with those little splatters. Oh my gosh, I just love it. All right. So that looks good. So look how cute it is with the little flicks on there. Now you can decide if you want to just leave the flowers as is, or if you want to add some little polka dots or whatever. If you want to add some little polka dots, you can use the same little blends. Now I'm going to not put any on this one, and I'll show you because this one I did. So I want you to have one that I did and I didn't, just so that you can decide which you like the best. All right, so this one I'm not going to. I just put the little flecks on there. So see, this doesn't matter, but look how it masks that off there. Pretty cool. All right, so let's put this together now. All right, so we want to stagger these two DSPs. Now these are retired DSPs, but they look adorable. They go so well with it. It's so country looking, and I loved it so much. And I don't think you mind when you get to make something adorable. All right, so we are going to put this on here. Now this is a little longer, so we will trim it. But it makes it a little easier to make sure it's straight if it's just a little bit longer. All right, so we're going to trim our edges and just use the cardstock, the basic white cardstock, as your guide. Okay, cute, cute. All right, so let's pull out this. Now this is our the ribbons we need and our embellishments. Okay, so we need this ribbon here. And what we're going to do is we are going to take this and we are going to eyeball, and we need about that much. And we're going to wrap it around the card. I love this little bit of black gingham on there. So we're just wrapping it and wrapping it. And then I'm going to take some Scotch tape. Excuse my reach. Okay, and that just reinforces it a little bit because we are going to tie this leftover piece on the front, so we're going to be tugging on it a little bit. So I just as soon have it really good and secure. All right, we're also going to take some glue dots here and attach this to our easel, calendar, desktop dealy bob. All right. So we'll put this here like that, and it sticks out a little bit, so I'm just going to trim that. Bing. There, nobody will even know. Okay, so we have this here. Then we're going to take our ribbon and we're going to tie it in a knot. And this just makes it look like you wrapped that ribbon all the way around. So it's like a faux bow. Okay, and then we're just going to cut and cut. So it looks so cute. Alrighty. Then let's get our bling. Now our bling is the black little blings here. Alright. And we want our calendar. So now you want to decide where you want to put your calendar before we put our bling. Now do you want the calendar right in the center? You totally could. You could put it over off to the right. You could put it, you know, over to the left. You could put it wherever you want. So I'm going to kind of go, maybe there. All right, so it has a little adhesive here, but I still like to put a little seal on the bottom as well. And so I'm going to put it there. So then we can still kind of see the flowers underneath there. All right, so let's bring our bling over. And I'm going to put one down here and one down here. And it kind of makes me think of a nail, like that's holding that down. And then we're just going to plop them around on the calendar. But isn't that so cute? All right, so let me show you this one so you can decide if you want to put little polka dots, you know, on the flowers. It's cute either way, it totally is, but I just wanted to let you see the difference in what you decide to do. All right, so that is the first project. All right, I want to put it somewhere where I'm not going to drop it in my brushes that are laying right there, screaming to be cleaned. Hang on a minute, I'm going to stick them up here. And I'll have to remember to clean them. All right, how are my fingers? Let me wash my fingers. All right, so the next project is the cute little hoop. And it is adorable. All right, so I'm going to use my little silicone. So you have your little hoop. And then the things that you need for the hoop, wrong envelope. The things you need for the hoop are in this envelope here. All right. So we have our fun little scene. And it is the cute little cabins. We also have a little tag here. And the stamp set I ended up using was, I actually used 2 different stamp sets. So I used Sending Cheer, and I'm using the Real Red ink pad. So I need my To and From and my, oh, what is that one? What does it say? To You and Yours. All right, so we have our, let's do this. Let's get our stamping done before we get going. All right, so we have our Real Red pad. And I'm going to have this be, it's going to actually go on a present. So I'm going to make this be the tag. And then they'll have, you know, they can put this on the tree or whatever. But then they have they know who it came from. And you could write more than just To and From. You know, you could write Christmas, blah, 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 you know, whatever you want. So that's going to go on the back. All right. And then this is To You and Yours. And I'm going to stamp that in the center here. Oh, and let me show you the finished. So To You and Yours. I didn't show you the finished one. Hold on. So here is what we're making. So we're making this cutie right here. So this is To You and Yours. All right. So let's bring it over. Now we have our wreath. Now you saw me do a wreath the other day, and I couldn't resist doing another one because this is a fun time of year to make presents, right? You do the little calendar, maybe you'll like doing that. The little tiny calendars I actually get from vippies.com. That's a question that I get asked all the time. And the size I always grab are medium. They're a great size for that size of a calendar. All right, so we're going to take our green tip glue and I'm going to squish it around, and I'm just putting it on the inner ring. So I'm just putting it on the inner ring. And then I'm going to stand up so I can see. So I want it to be fairly straight. So I'm paying attention to my metal up here and my fence thing. So that looks pretty straight. And then I'm just going to flip it over and this come up just a tad. Not too much, because we're going to cover that. All right, so it looks pretty good. There we go. So just, you know, give it a squish. All right, so now we'll flip it over, and we're going to put our to and from. So I just, you know, keep that up on the top, and we're going to put our to and from. Now again, if you're going to write on it, do the writing before you glue it, because it's going to be a lot easier to write on when it's nice and flat before you have it attached to your tag ornament. All right, and then I'm just covering that. So we have to and from, and then I'm just giving that a squish so that those two, the DSP will, you know, stick itself to that white paper in there as well. All right, so we'll just kind of let it sit. All right, so now we have our cute little to you and yours. We also want the red twine and the iridescent ribbon. We also want the little iridescent pearls as well. All right, now what's a little different this time than the little one I showed the other day is we're going to attach this tag, because I didn't want to cover up the scenery, right? Like we could have put it here, but it was going to cover up the little cabins. So what I wanted to do was I still wanted it to say something, and I love the little tag, and I thought, well, I'm just going to hang the tag on the actual hoop. So what we do is, so I just looped that through there, and then we're going to loop it around the metal. But I still want it to have a little bit of freedom. So let's see here. So we're going to wrap that around there. So let's give it a tie. Okay. But I still want it to have some freedom, right? I still want it to be a little loosey-goosey. Okay. And then we're going to bring this over here. And we're going to tie this in a knot. So this still has got a little bit of freedom. And then we're going to do what we did the other day. So we're going to loop that through and pull those two pieces. So now you've got this little loop-de-doo. All right. Now I'm going to also take this, but before we do that, I want to take, now we can leave this loose. So let me just show you. I'll let you decide. Just like I did on the sunflower one. So I'll show you two ways, and then you decide which you want to do with yours. All right, so we're going to wrap this around. I love this iridescent ribbon. It is so amazing. All right. So I'm going to wrap this around here. And then a tie. So depending on how loose you leave your tag, so let me tie this. So I'm just forcing my tails down. There we go. There we go. All right. And then we'll cut and cut. So super cute. All right. And then we can fiddle fart with those later. All right, so let me bring my little embellishments over. So I wanted it to make it look like there was snow. So these are kind of like snowballs. And we're just going to plop them around in the sky. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. There's not any really rhyme or reason. All right, so look how cute. So this one, the tag just kind of flops there, which is really adorable. And then you have your little tie. This one, so it's up to you which you want to do. So again, I'll show you so you have a choice. All right, so they're very similar, but this one, I actually took a glue dot and I put back there so that this wasn't wiggly. So it's up to you if you want to leave it wiggly or not. If not, you just put a little glue dot back there and it'll stay in place. But it's up to you. But isn't that so cute? I can hardly wait. I want to make more of these to give to neighbors and things like that. I've been playing around with them, but the hoops are a fun decor. All right, so that was project 2. And then let's get to the last one. Let me get some of this stuff off the desk here. Okay, so the next one, we're going to use Hey Chuck. I haven't got Hey Chuck out in a while. So we're going to do this one. And look how fun. Now I played with these cards before and they were the smaller cards and I'm like, oh, I want to play with these because I love that the circles are already there and it's just too cute. So here's the outside and then here is the inside. So this is the 3rd project. So this is what you need for this one. Now you are using Memento in the blends. So let me get my chickens here. All right. Now remember, nothing is stamped. So if you don't have Hey Chuck, you'll be able to order that. Otherwise, you can use something you have in hand. All right. So let's just pop this out while I have this here. So this is just Happy Birthday. So you just have to pop that out of there. I love that it has that little bit of a shine and sparkle to it. So Happy Birthday. And then we'll get these out of there as well. Okay. All right. Now, in your packet, you have the card base, and it's got this chevron already embossed on it. This is your circle, of course, that's going to go on the front. And then you have, this is your inside piece. So they're both the same size. And then you have this piece, and this is what you'll stamp your chicken. So you'll stamp your little, your fence, this chicken, the little cake, and the crazy mad chicken. So that's what you'll have these 2 pieces for. I just cut them the same size so that there was no confusion. All right, so I already stamped these, right, just to save some time. So we will color those with the blends. Now I didn't stamp the little guy on the inside, so let me find him on my desk here. Here we go. So this is the little cutie patootie on the inside. And I'm just using the Memento. And then I wanted to say, here it is. You've got something to crow about. Because it already says Happy Birthday on the outside. So you've got something to crow about. All right. And like I said, we will be coloring with the blends. And there will be a supply list underneath the video so that you know what I'm using, and also, you know, it'll be posted on my blog as well. All right, so these are the blends that we're going to be using. Now, before I get started, I want to take my light gray granite and I want to put a little bit of a shadow line around the little guy on the inside so that it looks like he pops off the page, because we just stamped him direct. We didn't cut him out. These little guys, if you have the Hey Chuck, or if you're going to get it, there is a die that cuts these out, so you want to make sure that you grab that at the same time. All right, so we have some light gray granite, and I'm just going to make sure I put a little ground there so that the little chicken is grounded. And then I'm just going to draw a little gray granite line around the outside, and this just makes him pop off the page so that it looks like, you know, he's really cut out and jumping off the page, but he's not. All right, so let's see here. I want to let him sit for just a second. All right, so let's do our fence. So we have a cute little fence, and we're going to color that with 600 and then 400. So 600 is a lighter, and this is in one of the tones. And there's a chart on my blog that that I reference to when I'm ordering and stuff, so I know like number 700 or 600, this is 600, that is in the medium. And I always put 600 and 400 together, and the 400 is a medium deep. So the higher the number, the lighter the color. So this almost is like almost like a bubble bath. I mean, it's not quite, but it's just this pretty, really almost like a pinkish. All right, so this is number 600 on our little fence. And then, like I said, I always put 400 and 600 together. And then we're just going to put a little shadow. So our dishwasher stopped working last week. It had been chirping. You know, it makes this little noise when it's, you know, when it's done. It makes this little chirping noise. Well, it would make the little chirping noise. I'm like, I'm not doing dishes. Why is it chirping? And then last week, it just, no lights. It was just totally dead. So we called the company, and they came out today. I thought it was going to cost us money because I said it was. But I think because it's a known issue, he didn't charge us, and it didn't. He wasn't here very long. It has something to do with their motherboard on the top that you point to the motherboard underneath. They weren't talking, and then they invented this thing. He hooked to it, and then they talked to each other, and all was good. So I was so appreciative that they didn't charge for that, because I thought, you know, we were going to get charged. But all right, so that was like totally had nothing to do with what I'm doing, but anyways. All right, so we're going to color our little, I'm trying to make sure I color them the same because I love how they turned out. All right, so we're going to take our 400, and I'm going to put, wherever I'm doing red, I'm going to put a little 400 first. So if you have watched me color before, you know that's just something that I do. It gives you a little deeper red, and it gives you an extra, kind of like a red color. So that little comb, his little wattle, that's going to be red. The little, where's my cake? Our cake, candle, and let me get this out of here. I'm going to bend it. And this crown and his tongue, he just makes me laugh. I hope we really keep this set around longer because I love fun, cute critters. All right, so then I'm going to take my dark Poppy Parade, and I'm just going to go over where I just was and a little further out. I'm also going to put some dark. Now this is so little, these little dots, I'm only putting one color. I'm not going to try to have multiple colors of those. Alright, so this is again the dark on the crown. So this is a frizzle chicken, and they had that fun hair on the top. I just love those. We never did get those kind at our house. I had always wanted to, and it just never happened. But our neighbors next door, they have a couple, and they're like the Ruth Buzzy or Cloris Leachman of chickens, right? With that wild hair. All right, so then this is just the light poppy parade, and we'll just finish those off. I love the blends because they dry quickly. You don't have to be so, like, if this was me watercoloring, I would not be doing the red till the very end. All right, so that was that. Let's bring my chickens over here. I want Tahitian Tide. So our chicken eyeshadow or whatever, mascara, the eyelids are Tahitian. I just love that pretty blue. I'm also gonna do Tahitian on the swimming trunks. Now I'm assuming these are swimming trunks. Wouldn't it be funny if those were his underwear? I didn't even think about that. What happens if those are just his underwear and he was up so early and he hasn't quite had his breakfast, so he just has his underwear on? Who knows? All right, and then the cake, I want the cake frosting to be that Tahitian as well. So this is the light Tahitian, and then we'll do the dark. So we're just going to add a little dark on our eyelids and on our underwear, swimming trunks. Like that. So cute. All right, let's do a little bit of yellow. So I'm going to do, so this is daffodil. So I want my light daffodil and my dark daffodil. And I made my chickens be really fun, have some really cute, bright colors. So this is light daffodil. I also did light daffodil on the tail here. And we have to remember about the candle flame. All right, and I'm also going to do it around here on his head, or her head. A little bit there. Okay. All right, and then we're going to do dark daffodil. So I'm going to take my dark and put some underneath her hair there. We will do our candle. So the cake is shiny, or is lit up. And then we'll put some dark on the feathers as they come out of the derriere. And I think that's all the yellow that I did on there. Alright, we have to do our legs. Alright, so we have our beak. So this is pumpkin. Our legs are pumpkin. So this is just dark. It's just dark pumpkin. I'm going to do the same thing over here. And on this guy too. He is in a mood. But he's so cute. All right. Love it, love it. All right. Now, this right here is like a boho blue kind of, it could almost be like a bushel or whatever, but I wanted to make sure I used a blue that was similar. So I just grabbed the boho blue And I wanted to put that somewhere so that it kind of went with the card. So I'm going to do my light boho blue, and we're going to do this cute little tail is going to have boho blue on it, just so that everything kind of has a purpose and just kind of coordinates really well. All right, so that was light boho. I also want to do this guy. So his belly is going to be boho. His body and his wing there. So light boho. I love that we have almost every color. We have a blend. Almost all of them. I'm so excited. I just love that. All right, and then we have our dark boho. And I love that this one, because some of our blues are so dark, they're hard to use. This one is amazing and so perfect because it's not too dark, right? Even when we use the dark. All right, so we're going to put the dark, so around the belly there, and that wing, and right here. Hello, funny. Funny chicken. Alright, so then we're going to take, and this should be the end of my coloring. Alright, so this is Lemon Lime Twist. Now there may never be a chicken in real life this color, but it doesn't matter, right? We are our own artists. We could have a chicken any color. That's what I love about, you know, just being our own people, our own artist. You can be as crazy as you want, be as unique as you want. That's why I love this set, because these are just such unique chickens. All right, I'm going to do my cake with the lemon lime twist, and this little one too, and then all my coloring is done. And then I'm going to do a little bit of highlighting with my gel pen. Now the gel pen, if you did my spring social, my fall social, any of my socials, I usually put, and even some classes in the mail I usually put a white gel pen. But you can get them off of Amazon if not. Alright, so this is the dark. So I'm just going to put a little dark in areas around the head there. So this is the dark lemon. And I'm just going to highlight with the white gel pen. And then we are almost done the October guts. And don't ask me why I even started calling them that. I really don't. It was just something I have done since the beginning when I used to have classes in the house. And it was just the supplies you needed to make the project, so I just started calling them guts, which is very, very rare. Okay, so, but that's what I like, the G and the G, right? Goodies and guts. So I'm kind of weird that way. All right, so we have a gel pen, and I'm just going to add a little white here and there, some little polka dots, some little lines, and this is just going to put a little something on. Let me put a little bit of white in those curly cues there, and our screaming chicken rooster, and let's put some speckles in his belly too, and this one here, so that just a little bit of white just looks so cute. And we'll put a little bit on our fence as well. But I don't want you stressing out if you don't have a white gel pen. It's just something I do. Okay, so let's put our card together. So we have our card base. So let's put the inside of our card in. And then we'll put our chickens on the outside. But I was laying in bed, I was like trying to think, okay, what I wanted to do for the guts. And then sometimes I have to actually like write it down, like, or on my phone, because I'll come up with an idea when I'm like half asleep. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm going to forget that come morning. So, or sometimes I'll even get up and I'll come out and I'll put a stamp set beside something so that I remember. But I was like going, oh, I have those circle cards that are so adorable that I might want to do something with them. And then I'm like, oh, Hey Chuck would look so cute sticking out of the card. All right, so I'm just putting dimensionals around because I want this to sit up off of the card base so that my chickens can kind of be in front of it. You'll see that shadow. You'll be able to kind of peek behind them and see that that embossed chevron-y look of that card behind there. So I'm just making sure that I put these around. I don't want them to get in the way. All right, so this one would be fine here. And this one will be fine here. So I used quite a few. I am using the baby ones because those are readily available. All right, so let's bring this over. And we're going to plop that down like that. And see what I mean by using the dimensionals? You can see underneath there, so you get that shadow just from the light, right? Where the light goes on there, you have a shadow in there, like a natural shadow. All right, now we are going to do happy birthday. So I'm going to keep my dimensionals kind of off to the edge. So I'm going to keep them, kind of to the edge here, because they're going to go over here. They're going to straddle that circle. So I don't want to put any on the inside. Okay. So I'm just straddling that like that. So that also has some dimension to it. And then we're just going to basically take our little chickens. I have my little fence. So that's going to go, actually I don't want it to be up too high. Hold on a minute. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go, I want this here, so I know I want it there and there. Okay. Like that. And then this guy is going to actually stand. So I know I can put a dimensional up here on the top of his feather. And on his head, there the crown, the comb up here as well. So I'm just dry fitting, right? I'm just like going, okay, I know he's going to go here. I know he's going to go here. All right. And then his belly, I'm going to put 2 dimensionals because you've got a dimensional here. So he needs to be up higher. So I'm going to take a dimensional there, and then I'm going to stack it because he's got dimensionals as well, right? Right. So he's just going to, that way his belly has a little bit of support. All right. So then we go stand right there, chicken. And then his belly will touch in there so that he's just standing on the fence. Okay? All right. Now this little guy, I want him to have 1 foot in and 1 foot out. But his feet are attached. But that's not a big deal. I'm just going to take my snips and I'm just going to snip them apart. And now he's got 2 little feet that are separated. And then I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to put some dimensionals on him. So he's going to be inside the hole. So 1 foot in and 1 foot out. So it's almost like he's crawling out of the hole to get his cake. And the cake is going to go right here. Like that. So look how cute. Look how adorable. All right. Now, you also have a little piece of, whatchamacallit, thread or ribbon. And this comes from the Ribbon Duo combo. So there's 2 different colors. And I just love this lemon lime. Could be parakeet now that I'm thinking about it. But it looks cute no matter what. So we are just going to tie this around. Now you don't want to like tie super hard and tear that paper. So just be careful when you're tying. And there you've got your little tails. And then we'll just trim and trim. Super cute. What do you think? Are you interested in getting the goodies and guts this month? I hope so. All right, so let me show you. So these are your guts projects all finished, and they're super cute. I don't know which one is my favorite. I love them all. But hopefully this also will help you, you know, maybe make gifts, you know, for Christmas even, right? And then if you want the goodies are the Abundant Beauty decorative masks. So I hope you enjoy those choices for October. See you later, alligator. So yeah, those are so fun. I could hardly wait to share them with you. And I like them all. I love them all. All right, so I'm going to stop blabbing so I can get this uploaded and everything. Have a great night. I will see you Friday for my Dies Shorts, 3 o'clock, Arizona time, same channel. Thanks so much for spending some time with me today. I really appreciate it. All right, bye for now.